If your golf swing doesn't work like this, you're missing out on your best golf. Because when I figured this out, I hit my fastest ever club head speed and hit more fairways.
Oh, no.
Most golfers have heard coaches talk about the kinematic sequence. But even if you do know what it is, do you do it correctly in your golf swing? You need to, because the best players in the world all use the same technique to create more speed and more consistency throughout the bag. So you need to be working on this technique if you want a consistent, fast and injury-free golf swing. We're going to show you the 3 best exercises you can do to increase your awareness, feel and improve your form when training for the golf swing. We're also going to link it directly to the specific elements of the swing so that when you do get out and practice, when you've improved your golf fitness, you can see a real crossover and immediate progress. This exercise is the rotational kettlebell swing. By loading the rotation, you put a totally different challenge through the body. And you know how much stress, speed and force there is in the golf swing. If we can stabilize and increase strength, we're going to aid in durability, meaning you get less injuries and a purer rotation. So, first thing with this is get the form right straight away. So start light with the kettlebell and really ensure that you execute well. In doing so, the first thing we want to look for is the loading against the ground and into that trail hip. Okay, this is the main thing you are going to take into your golf swing, and it will mean that you get the rotational swing correct as well. Okay, so just as you do in your golf swing, we want to shift the weight, shift the pressure into that trail foot. From there, we get big levels of engagement through the glute, the quad, and I really like to feel as though the core turns actively against the quad. Okay, so this gives you the structure to load and accept that weight, and then when ready, to push and change direction, fire the hips, and work up through that rep. Okay? Doing this repetitively, doing it under control is incredibly powerful for you to load the system and to use the ground more effectively. When we look at it more on the speed side, by increasing weight, we then improve the muscle function through this pattern. Okay, so the loading of the hips is incredibly important because as we load, we can then explode. All right, so we load and turn out of it, so we get a nice peak up on the kettlebell. You're going to see that increase in height as well as rotation and lateral force. Right, that is the trifecta of power in the golf swing, because when we can match up lateral, rotational, and vertical, you are using the ground, you are using your body to absolutely max out your golf swing. Okay, so start light, nail the rotational pattern, and build a better golf swing with this movement. This improves how we load and rotate into the hips, so the big muscles are doing the work, your swing is stable, and your change of direction, the transition, takes care of itself. So we created stability, loading and durability with the rotational kettlebell swing. Now we go to the banded step to rotational press. All right, straight up, you can use a kettlebell or a med ball for this. It's the dynamic footwork and rotation that we're really focusing on. Okay, but here a band makes it pretty accessible. You need that weight and a band, so you can do this just about anywhere. In terms of execution, this is about maintaining your posture and your footwork whilst using the ground and building on your swing mechanics. With that variable resistance, we're going to step out into the movement, fire the hips, and then transfer the energy all the way through the band. All right, just like you do in the golf swing, we push out of the ground, we fire the hips, and then deliver that speed to the extremities. All right, the club head is last in the sequence, the band is last in this movement. So as we get into it, we're really looking to maintain that posture, step with speed, fire the hips. That's a huge part of this, all right, because then you get that separation of upper and lower body, and that means you're executing the way that we need to in the swing. Once you have that separation, the chest turns to the target, and you really do fire through at full speed. And when you do that, you are massively improving your ability to work through this sequence. You have the variable resistance of the band, which does enhance speed because you have to work harder to move it, but also it's going to improve your awareness and feel because of the fact that you have that resistance, okay? Sometimes when it's a swing, it's a very technical movement. This is about force creation and working against that feel, that tangible aspect really does increase your ability to work against it and improve your power. So we go through it again. We're gonna set into our golf posture, fire the hips, and then fire through the band. All right, really do move with speed, move with force, and improve every single rep. Now, we are also going to work both sides of the body. Same with the rotational kettlebell swing. This movement here helps us to develop movement patterns, consistency, and symmetry in the body. Okay, so that's going to improve your movement control, but specifically, it's going to improve your ability to decelerate on your weaker side. That is important because that allows the swing to use all of the system, knowing that you can slow down, so it reduces the chance of injury, and that allows your body to rev up and deliver full speed when you get to the course. This helps you fire the hips to the target first, meaning the club stays behind for longer and is at the end of your sequence. This is how we max out consistency and speed. This movement is the single leg windmill, and this is all about stability, balance, and control. It can be used as part of this set to improve your sequencing, or it can be a mobility exercise that you use most days. It's really going to help you to engage the ground, create solid footwork, and rotate around the spine whilst challenging your balance. As you can see here, we have an object to reach to. That is optional, but it really does help you to focus in and rotate even further. The key is to hinge and then stabilize through the foot and then really maximize your rotational potential. We're going to rotate in both directions on both legs, and that is hugely impactful for your overall sequencing and separation. Practice this, use it as often as possible, and really enhance your ability to stay in position and use the ground all the way through your golf swing. And no matter how fast or athletic your golf swing, we all need the balance and single leg stability to make it consistent. So this movement really does focus in your proprioception, your feel, and immediately will improve how you execute the golf swing and stay balanced throughout. If you're looking to improve the quality of your swing mechanics, the amount of speed you can generate in the golf swing, and reduce injuries over time, hit this kind of workout set at least once a week. Probably twice, alongside a greater training plan that includes stability, strength, and all other elements of mobility, so you can be at your best on and off the course. 3 incredible exercises and how they work for your swing to improve the kinematic sequence. And to be sure, the kinematic sequence is when we load up through the ground and basically we sequence up through the body. Kinematic basically means movement. So we load the lower body first, we create that width, we turn around the torso, activate the core, and then get to the top of the swing. The key element is that we reverse it on the way down. So here, we don't move the shoulders first and get that nasty over the top movement so many golfers struggle with. We push back from the ground where we first loaded. So the legs fire, it comes through the hips, through the torso, arms, hands, and the key element is that the club head is the last thing to impact the ball. Okay, that means that all of that generation of force from the legs, torso, arms goes into the club head to maximize efficiency and to improve your ball striking. That's the kinematic sequence. Now you have 3 exercises to train for it better than ever. And if you want to train for golf better than ever, you know where to go. It's the Driven Golf and Fitness app. You can start with a 7-day free trial. You'll have the best program for your game in less than a couple of minutes, and then you can train for golf so that you can be at your best on and off the course. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, hit subscribe. We're here to grow the movement. We're here to help you play better golf, and everyone that helps us along the way, we hugely appreciate. All right, so go get your reps and golf.